Wow. Sunday, quiet Sunday. What are we going to do today? I've got something different we can crack open. A movie car. An Ecto 1.
It's Morgan Freeman here. This episode of Crack It with Retro Collectibles is sponsored by, and in conjunction with, the godfather of diecast, the mysterious but generous Glenn Cowie, and the Cowie Diecast Museum, letting expensive diecast cars breathe since 2019.
Retro Maniacs, happy Sunday. You guys remember those figures I got recently for my Ecto 1? They are 3 3/4 inch. Well, it's from Plasma series. And I recently realized that a car that Glenn got a couple years back is part of that series, and he has this here. I remember when this car was on the shelves. It was super detailed, 1 of 18 scale, and a lot of diecast guys wanted them. So we're going to check this thing out up close. Stop the press. Who are those handsome fellas? Okay, Retro Maniacs, you're going to remember that about a couple weeks ago maybe, our buddy Dave found perfect Ghostbusters figures, 3 3/4 inch, to display with the Ecto 1, my ERTL Ecto 1. I try to not get resin because they're breakable. I try to get articulating figures because they don't break and they can pose, and they're usually a lot cheaper. Anyway, we found these on Amazon and they are perfect to go with a diecast car. And while I was looking on it, it said they're Plasma series figures. Unfortunately, we gotta wait till February because they're a pre-order, but I've already ordered them. They're not going to be out delivered to me till February, unfortunately. I can't wait to set them up with my Ecto. But anyway, a picture came up, and it was one of those, this would go well with this type picture, like other people that bought this. And it was this. I'll show you. Now, what surprised me about this, guys, is this, a couple years ago, it was at least 2 years ago, I remember Dave was at work and he wanted one of these bad because they are crazy detailed. And I went to the Toys R Us on Centennial. They didn't have any. I had to go up the mountain. They had a bunch of them. This is plastic, but it's 1 of 18 scale. And it's got, like I said, some crazy details. So we want to look at the details, and this comes with, like, I think a stretcher or something in the back of it. So we want to see if it comes with anything that could possibly be used as accessories with a 1/18 scale. But we're going to have a look at this. We're going to let it breathe for the first time and see how detailed these are, what the fuss was. Because when they were out, there was a fuss, at least locally. So let's get into this. Okay, you're gonna notice I wear gloves for all the videos. I never used to wear gloves for unboxings. The reason I wear gloves is because fingerprints. Like, a lot of people say, oh, it won't permanently damage it. Some people say the oils in your hands do. All I know is that fingerprints are ugly and I don't like them on my cars. So viewer Max gave me the idea I should start wearing gloves, and I've been doing that, and I've been happy ever since because there's no fingerprints on the cars after I wipe them down. So this is one, like I said, guys, I've wanted to look at this for a while because I've seen pictures online. I didn't get one myself because at the time I didn't collect this scale of cars. Dave was just starting to get into them, so he grabbed it. I kind of regret that I didn't get it, but we're gonna have a look. It is our scale, the 1 of 18 scale. That's our favorite scale, well, most of us. And again, thank you guys for all the views lately. You guys have been awesome for the views and likes on the last videos. For a while, short while, like usually my views, I've never taken a back step with my numbers, but for a little while they did take a back step. And I think it's because when I was sick, it was reflecting in the videos. I wasn't as energetic, wasn't putting stuff together as good. So We'll get this thing open here. Wow. Now I don't know if this is going to be the correct 1/18 scale or if it's going to be 1/21 scale like the ERTL. But we will have a look. We'll compare it with the ERTL. Sorry guys, I'm just putting on light. So there it is. Just having a look. Guys, I love you. You have no idea what I just went through to unsecure these little ties. It's going to be easy to tie it back in, but getting those ties out, because you guys remember, we keep everything mint, right? Except for stuff that, like the rubber bands, for example. Like if we unbox a die-cast car, we keep everything mint. We try to do that with toys as well. And what I did, instead of just cutting the tie downs out for the car, they're the little T-shaped ones on the ends here. So I had to stick them back through the holes, and some of them were in tight spots, and I don't got the best eyesight, but we got it. Okay. So let's have a look at this, guys. Now, we're also going to compare it to my ERTL Ecto 1 to see if this is a full 1/18 scale or if it's 1/21. But Glenn, that looks awesome. Look at this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that is nice.
Yeah, it looks awesome. And you can't tell it's plastic, guys, because it's all weathered. It looks... Doors should open, I think. Or do they? Yeah, they do. Oh, it's got a band around it. Okay, holding everything shut. This band's easy. It just wraps around the car. So we'll remove that. Put this here since we're saving all this stuff. Now, door opens all the way front like that. Look at that, Glenn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the door opens right up.
Mm-hmm.
Do the back doors open?
I think this one does. It looks like it does. It slides.
Let's see here. We're gonna have a better look. Oh, there we go. Suicide doors.
I wonder if the back door opens. I'll bet you it does.
Oh yeah, it does for sure, buddy. I bet you. It's got this that little booster seat. I wonder if it. Oh, it does.
Ooh.
Comes out.
I might just put that in a heart case.
Yeah, I would display this,
That's
buddy.
what I'm gonna do.
This looks amazing. Yeah, the die-cast ones don't do all this. And those figures, like I said, Glenn, that we ordered, I'll tell these guys too, those figures are meant for this car. It's weird because this car was out a couple years ago and now these figures are out. That is cool. The ERTL one doesn't even open that wide. That's one quip I have about the ERTL one. The door only opens like that or something. But that is nice and wide. Wow. Yeah, when I ordered the figures, there was a picture of some Ecto in the background they were standing with, and I'm going, what Ecto is that? It does not look like the ERTL. And this is the one, and this is cool. And guys, if you just collect die-cast, this is good enough to display, I think, if you don't got an Ecto. We're gonna put the other stuff on it though and see how it comes. Okay, so this goes on the top. This is similar to the ERTL. It's all weathered. We're actually going to need the instruction words, I think, for these. Oh, cool. That's taped, I believe. Yeah, okay. Perfect, that was taped, so it's not sealed, Glenn. I was worried about a sealed poly bag with parts, but it was not sealed.
And I'm gonna have to see if I can get a little stretcher for in there for at the back.
Yeah, I thought it came, for some reason I thought it might have came with one, but you have these other things too, so if you have a full-size die-cast one, like you get stuff like the little car you could put with it and that, like, okay, so let's see. Sounds bad, guys, but I'm gonna need the instructions to put Glenn's card together. And it comes with none, it doesn't look like. You gotta eyeball it out, do you?
Not in the bottom, no.
No, looks like we gotta eyeball
Check
it.
inside the box, or did you?
Yeah. Yeah, no instructions. We'll eyeball it. Okay, so I'll have to look at the pictures here. Okay, guys, so don't mind me. I'm gonna sit here and put this together looking off the box. Okay, so this goes... Okay, so I do have this right. This goes here in the corner, so it's pretty easy putting it together. You just have to make sure you do it in the right order, I'm thinking. Okay, so the ladder goes... Okay, we're getting it. It's coming along. Okay, the ladder goes there. This thing, I'm pretty impressed, guys. I'll be honest, when Dave was wanting me to get this, I said, because you got to remember, I wasn't collecting this stuff at the time, like the bigger 1 of 18 stuff. I said to him, you realize, buddy, this is a toy, right? Like I said, like it's a plastic, it's not die cast. But there was a bunch of guys getting them. They were very popular, and yeah, I could see why. And this was long before I was in the Canadian 1 of 18 group. And there was, I remember a guy in ODA posted one of these. Okay, so that goes... right on top of here, maybe? Okay, yeah. Okay, a couple more things and it's built. I think the little radio control car goes inside of this. Okay, so here's all the antennas. So it's got 3 massive antennas. So wow, guys. Okay, so this goes... I think up like this. You just tuck it in, it looks like, yeah, okay. Yeah, they just kinda, okay, so this long one goes on the front. And we have one more. Where does this one go? Oh, right here. And then that, okay, so this is the only one. This thing looks great. And like I said, guys and Glenn, we're gonna look at it on the look-see set, of course. And we don't have those figures yet, guys, but I will Photoshop them because I Photoshopped the figures in with my Ecto 1 just to see how they looked in a picture. And they look great, so I'll show you guys as well. Okay, give me 1 second here, guys. Just the one last piece, and it's... Boom. That looks great. Don't mind Glenn, he's just opening up acrylic display cases. But Glenn, this looks great, buddy. Yeah, I would display that. That looks better than the... Now, like I said though, I'm gonna run down in a second, get my ERTL Ecto for on the look-see set because I wanna see, this is billed as 1 of 18 scale. But if it's the size of the ERTL, then it's 1 of 21. This door I don't like to close properly though. That's the only thing I don't like about it. There we go. There we go. Good thing about this is it's not die cast, so that didn't break off. It just fell off. It just plugs in here. Where is that little corner right here? Yeah, so when things fall off this Glen, we don't gotta go, ooh, because it's... Oh, you know what we didn't look at? Does the hood pop? No, hood does not pop, eh? Okay, you know what we're gonna do, guys? We are gonna go down. I'm gonna go get... Okay, so we forgot one thing in here. One sec.
And see if it fits on the case there.
Oh, okay, we'll do that too. Okay, so this little car has a parking spot. Oh, turn it around. There we go. Got its own little parking spot, that little RC car. You shut that. Okay, so Glenn wants to see if it's going to fit in his acrylic case, and it looks like it's going to.
There's the rest of it.
Yeah, it's going to. Okay, may as well wait. Actually, I'll show you quickly here. Okay, one second.
Yeah, rest it on the table.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it fits one of the acrylics good. Now we're gonna put putty under the tires so it's not rolling and stuff. But that is an awesome display piece, guys. Look at that. For a toy, like that's like I said, I remember saying to Dave when he was getting that, mentioning it was a toy. And now I regret not getting it. Okay, give me a sec, guys. I'm gonna go get the ERTL Ecto one and we'll have a look at this up on the look-see set. So what do you retro maniacs predict? What do you think? Is this guy a full 1 of 18 scale? What do you think? We're gonna line it up against my ERTL Ecto 1 in a second here before we get into all the details of this thing. And we're gonna see what the size of it is. But check that out. Look at the details of that. That thing looks amazing. That is awesome. Now remember, the ERTL Ecto 1 is 1 of 21 scale. A lot of people confuse it for 1 of 18 scale. It's not. I'm okay with it because it fits in my burpee cabinet. What is a full 1 of 18 scale is the Hot Wheels Elite Ecto 1. I had one. It didn't fit in my burpee cabinet. And apparently, the Auto World Silver Screen Machines Ecto is also a full 1 of 18. I cannot speak for that because I've not unboxed one. But I can speak for the Hot Wheels Elite Ecto 1. It is a full 1 of 18. Now let's take a look at this that I was knocking it down a couple years ago calling it a toy. Let's see if it's a full 1 of 18 or not. Okay, we got them lined up bumper to bumper, guys. Not only longer, but bigger. Now, like I said, this is my ERTL Ecto 1. Some people call it American Muscle, same thing. There it is with my Slimer. This was my deal of the week. I did an unboxing of it. I got this ERTL sealed in the box, my Ecto 1, for $50. It had to be shipped to me from British Columbia, but I paid 50 bones. So guys, for a toy, even if guys were crafty, like I could see a guy like Giuliano replacing these with metal ones, but the meat is there on the bones to make a real cool custom, or it just looks cool sitting the way it is. Now the hood doesn't open, the steering wheel doesn't turn the wheels, and it is plastic, but one thing I do like about it is the doors open nice and wide for figures to go in and out. Side doors open on it. Maybe it's the other side only that opens, or I think so. Maybe only the other side. I'll show you in a minute. Yep, for sure that one doesn't open. But what I do like about this is the back door opens all the way. See, my ERTL, the back door only opens about like that because the bumper runs into the door. But they made a special hinge so that it can actually open further. Now, if you want a stretcher, stuff like that, the Hot Wheels Elite Ecto one comes with all the bells and whistles. Door opens up. It's a full one of 18. I have never unboxed the Silver Screen Machines one. I'm a Silver Screen Machines huge fan. I've heard that they're tied. I've looked at pictures. They look very similar to the Hot Wheels one with the silver screen, so I can't say which one's better, but I'm happy with my ERTL. If I ever see a Hot Wheels one for a deal of the week price though, I'll snag it. They did have some on AliExpress for pretty cheap for a Hot Wheels Elite Ecto one last year, but there doesn't seem to be any left. Just flipping it around here. Now this side door does open. But I love the weathering on this. Like, this looks like better, more realistic weathering than on die-cast cars. And it's got this jumper seat that comes out. Now this is from the Afterlife movie, I believe, the jumper seat, but still. You could put a figure on there. And yeah, when the figures come in, of course, we're going to check them out with this car. Hood does not open. Kind of sucks, but again, this was meant more for a toy. But it's a toy that can be used as a cool display car. Like, look at that. Well, there you go, guys. So if you like movie cars and can't afford to spend hundreds on a die-cast one, take a look on Amazon because you'll get this. It's a full one of 18. It's got awesome details for what it is. And if it's not accurate enough for you, you could do your own changes. Like, you can add the metal aerials. Basically, the metal aerials, I think that's all I would change on it, is I would put some metal antennas. That's easy. But the top looks all right. See, as you could see, it's quite a bit bigger, but not that much bigger that those figures are not still gonna look great with that car. Or the Silver Screen Machines one, or the Hot Wheels Elite one, as that Slimer looks great with this. And the Slimer came with this guy. But yeah, the hood does not open on this, but with something like the Ecto, you're not missing a lot either with the hood not opening. Show you under the hood of mine. See, it's not like a Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry, or an Eleanor car. Just a run-of-the-mill under the hood. One difference I noticed, so guys, maybe somebody can help me because I can't remember. I thought the plates in the movie were yellow like that, but who remembers? Leave it in the comments. Boy, that thing just looks cool. And before we go on and before I give you guys some updates on what's to come, I'll show you guys how this thing looks in some glamour shots.
Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your...
Just to give you guys an idea of what those Plasma Series figures are going to look like. Now, of course, I did some photoshopping to the figures, but those are the figures with different heads on them. They're going to look amazing with both this car and with the die-cast Ecto 1 by ERTL, because I actually legitimately photoshopped those figures with the ERTL Ghostbusters car. And they're going to look amazing. I'll show you one of those pictures in a minute here, but I just wanted to show you guys these glamour shots just to show you how good these cars look in photos, some of them. And look at that. That looks amazing. I would put some metal aerials on it if I had the creativity, but boom. And anybody curious how those figures would look with the die-cast Ecto one? There you go, I photoshopped the picture. They look pretty good to me. Check this out, guys. Doesn't this look great? Now this is in one of those Hobby Lobby acrylics. This is a full 1/18 scale card. Check this out. He put it in a case big enough so that you could have the door open with that jumper seat out, but does that not look cool, guys? And under the tires, if you notice, the car is not rolling, right? And it's because we use this. This is great. You put it under the tires of your models. You can get it at the dollar store. You can get it on Amazon too, but I get it at the dollar store. And it's putty, and you put it under the wheels and they don't roll. And you could also put it under the feet of your figurines and they won't fall over like they're drunk. So it comes in handy for stuff like this. But this thing looks amazing, and I recommend picking one up. If you like this kind of stuff, just don't pay a crazy amount, because you could still get it on Amazon and maybe even some Toys R Us locations. Now, I know people in America are saying, is he on drugs? Toys R Us is closed, because I've got some of those on some of my reels. In Canada, Toys R Us is very much alive, but I suspect that it wasn't as good as it was when it was over in the USA. Anyway, guys, update on the Boss Hog Cadillac. If you guys didn't catch yesterday's video, check this picture out. That's the bullhorns, the before and after. That's to give you an idea of the job that G has done on this car. He pulled the car completely apart, disassembled it, sprayed it with the proper color white paint, but he did primer coats. He did it like a real car. And then he took the metal foil, the chrome foil, whatever it is, and did extra chrome accents, like chrome around the wheel wells, like just like Boss Hog's car had. The chrome around the trunk lips, stuff like that, just to dress it up. And yeah, those bullhorns, there was 3 different sizes, and we picked out the right size, obviously, because check it out on the hood, how it's gonna look. It's amazing. Anyway, guys, that car is ready for assembly. It might even be assembled now when I'm filming this, who knows? But he's gonna get a hold of me when it's ready, and when it's ready, which should be any day now, I don't care if it's a weekday and I'm dead tired, we're doing a video on it as soon as I get it, because this thing is gonna knock our socks off, I think. When I seen those bullhorns, I said, wow, I knew G was the right guy for the job, but I didn't think he had that sort of talent. Wow. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. You know what I'm gonna say. Smash that like button. When you're done doing that, click subscribe for me. Share it with your buddies. Tell them what a cool guy Retro Collectibles channel is with the Cowie Diecast Museum. And as always, guys, happy hunting.
This beat is stupid grimy, that's a Cobra Kai kick. There's some open eyes, shit open eyes when I spit. I get riled up like dogs around the postmaster. The dough stack up with no manner. I'm crack